This is undoubtedly the institutionally saddest moment that Gibraltar could ever experience. The loss of Her Majesty the Queen, the person who has been our monarch since 1955, who was the monarch before our first constitution, the monarch that the people of Gibraltar pledged allegiance to as a result of the referendum of 1967, in effect, where we chose to remain British as subjects of Her Majesty the Queen Elizabeth II, facing off at that time the challenges of the dictator General Franco. This is the woman that the world has known as the most constant of all the leaders on all the nations on the planet, the longest serving monarch of the United Kingdom. She referred to the Duke of Edinburgh as her strength and stay. And I think that the people of Gibraltar, all the British people, and indeed probably the world, will see Queen Elizabeth II as our strength and stay that we lose today.
Much is often said of Gibraltar's relationship with the United Kingdom, often in political or cultural context, but as you point out there, this largely extends to Gibraltar's sentiments to the Queen herself, does it not?
I think there was the deepest of affection for Her Majesty the Queen Elizabeth II, because she's been in post for so long, and because really all of the growing pains that we have gone through as a nation in our post-war history, we have felt in a time when she has been our monarch. All our growth from being really a colony without any self-government to being the Gibraltarian nation that we are today as part of the British family of nations. All of that has happened with Queen Elizabeth II on the throne. And I think the depth of the affection that we have for Her Majesty the Queen will be seen now as we mourn her as a people, as we demonstrate to the royal family the depth of our affection for them, how we feel for them, because a family has lost their matriarch today. Apart from the British family of nations, there is, of course, the Windsor family who have lost a matriarch, but the Gibraltarian people in particular had the softest of spots in their hearts for Her Majesty the Queen. I still remember my own family being evacuated to London during the Second World War and telling me the stories as a boy of the king and his family, including the then Princess Elizabeth, staying in London under the Doodlebug bombs, not escaping as they were offered the opportunity to escape to Canada. And so a bond forged in history between Her Majesty the Queen and the loyal people of Gibraltar, who were her most loyal subjects.
As you mentioned, we will be entering a period of mourning, both the United Kingdom and we as a Commonwealth state. So what does this unfortunately mean for Saturday's celebrations, or what were planned to be celebrations?
Well, Gibraltar is not going to be holding a celebratory party in a period of mourning for our monarch. Unfortunately, the government will have to make the very sad decision to cancel the National Day events at Casements. We will, of course, continue to work with the convent and with the British government and the Foreign and Commonwealth Office to ensure that we play our part in the period of mourning and in the celebration of Her Majesty's life, also, of course, and to show the respect that the whole of Gibraltar will want to show to our now dead monarch, and also, of course, to say, long live the king, because His Majesty King Charles is now automatically on the throne through the heirship that now will mean that the crown passes to him, and we will become also in Gibraltar the most loyal subjects of King Charles.